got Bucci here in the building telling us about R&B. Is Mr. R&B.
It wasn't just the choreography. We combined sign language with dancing. So everyone that took part in there, I don't know what number it's on right now, but we've had like 700 going up people that took part in the challenge, and each one of them managed to learn a bit of sign language. We are talking about change today, right? I think it'll only be unfair if we shift the blame on the people tomorrow when we did not do anything today as the youth. Because if we say we are the leaders of tomorrow, then we need to start doing something today.
That deserves a bomb.
Oh my.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Miss Rena L. General.
Yours truly, Lomwe.
Yo, this is Black Jet.
Evo Timothy. Farmer Michael.
What it do, what it does.
What up, people? This was good.
You're listening to or tuned into
The 5 Rounds podcast.
5 rounds.
5 rounds.
5 rounds.
So yeah, make sure you stick it right here because it's lit.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome to 5 Rounds. I am One Tally. We have Nala. How's it
Hey, oh good. I'm really excited about this artist that we have today.
going? We are really, really excited. Wish we had a drum roll. I'll get that.
I know, right?
I'll
I
get
know, right?
I'll get
Come
that
on
soon.
now.
I'll get that soon. Don't worry. But before we start, guys, make sure you do the needy. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification button, man. So it's Valentine's season. It's February. It's loving season. So we thought we'd bring on somebody who, spreads love through his music, man. This guy is an award-nominated singer, songwriter, producer, performing artist. The list just goes
That's
on.
a mouthful, hey?
This guy has been described as the full package by his peers, man. He does everything. Is there anything that he can't do? He set the world alight with his inspiring hit, Apapa, a song that advocates for sign language and inclusion. My guy has worked with Onesmus, Pixie, Wamba, Hazelmack, Zani Chalet, Episode, and Fredo Kiss. It's none other than...
I said, yeah. I'm trying to take you out like on the way. Treat you like a golly day. And you're popping like a golly day. Cause baby, you a golly day. I'm trying to take you out like on the way.
Bucci, what's going on, my G?
What's good? How you guys doing?
Hey, man, we good.
We're chilling. It's standard reality chilling.
Yeah,
We're excited.
Welcome to 5 Rounds, man. We are excited to have you on, man.
Thank you.
Bro, you might be making some Valentine's anthems for people right now.
Oh my! I mean, you never know, right? You never know.
Huge expectations. No pressure.
No pressure. I'm in the studio right now, so you know how it is.
Jeez. Oh, so we cooking something up?
There might be a 5 Rounds exclusive.
Oh man, lovely to have you on, my G. Lovely to have you
on. Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. So, bruh, you're multi-talented, man. And one thing I couldn't pinpoint was, the genre that you do. So what do you feel is your strongest genre and why? You can still list what you do, but what's your strongest one? Which one do you go, okay, do you know what? This one is the one I actually do the best,
R&B, that's my base. Everything comes from R&B, and then I add the Afro on top of that. The rest, like the dancehall and stuff like that, just a little bit of Salt Bay on that. Most of it, a little Salt Bay. But my base is R&B, basically.
So you hear that, ladies? R&B, man. I feel like it's a dying genre, man. There's not many that are doing R&B, man. So
actually, it is a dying genre. That's why there's Africa's taken over. This is for a fact. Africa's taken over. So the beautiful thing is because when you're from Africa, you always want to be American. You always want to be from somewhere else than North Africa. But now thing has changed so much that you have the Western world trying to be African. You know what I mean? So I think the beauty of it is because we've started so much of their craft, now we are starting to release everything that's within us, which is at African side. And then when we infuse a little bit of the R&B in there, it's pure magic.
Bro,
pure magic.
R&B Africa, you know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you.
a little bit of Barry White with them African drums, you get me? Oh my.
Get your boy. Barry White with the African drums.
He's crazy. Don't mind him. You're only getting started.
What happened to Michael Jackson? You said Michael Jackson was the Afro.
When I said Michael Jackson was, one of the best R&B artists, people on this podcast said, no, he's a pop star. I'm like, but he does R&B too, bro.
Who said that? Who said that? I could argue a little bit.
Yeah, go
but
ahead.
I'm with you. I'm with you a little bit, and I'm not with you a little bit. I'm like, he's the pop artist, and he had the R&B vibes, but I think she was more on the pop side. So Michael Jackson could be an Afro pop superstar.
Okay.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
I think he could dominate R&B and pop. Do you know what I mean? Maybe even rock.
He could do both.
He can do
just
both.
Like Bucci.
He could probably do both. Oh my!
Just like Bucci.
Oh my!
Drunk spike.
Wow. All right.
Bucci, I read somewhere that you began your music career in 2006 under a group called G Soldiers or BBM Click.
I should say BBM Click because BBM Click came after G Soldiers.
Yeah.
But the first one was G Soldiers. So, but it wasn't in 2006. I think 2006 was when people got to know of me as the artist. But even before that, we were already in the studio. We're doing a lot of things. And G Soldiers came in the picture. And then we dispersed. And then we formed a group named BBM Click. And I think this was more of a click picture when it came to direction of the music we wanted to do.
Okay.
And
you also
who are the members? Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
The members. The members of BBM Click. Oh man, there was like we had Teddy, we had Onesimus. That time he was going by another name. We had Skeed Charlie in there, the guy that I did Good Stender with. We had who else? Man, there was bunch of people.
A lot.
Talent.
Yeah, it was a lot of people. But mostly those are the ones that you know. Because after BBM Click, that's when Classmates came in the picture.
Okay.
Yeah, so there we had all sorts of we had an addition of Viceroy, we had an addition of we were working with Toast a lot, but he wasn't really part of the group. But more of KM was the one that was working with him. So yeah, mostly that. It was just an umbrella. It's how the umbrella.
Jeez, man. Hey, this guy. I'm getting some Omarion vibes here, man.
Oh shit! And actually, let me tell you this: people don't know. People think I love Chris Brown to the core. No, Omarion is my idol. Like I idolize that guy big time. Yeah, that's my biggest inspiration ever since. Because Omarion came in the picture before Chris Brown.
Correct.
And people forget that a lot. So that's my dude.
And he was mentored by one of the biggest R&B artists in the game, man. So,
you can imagine what can come out of that.
See, I'm with you on that one, man.
I see. I see that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So you began your solo career as a backup vocalist for I call him Onesimus. You said Onesimus, right? Okay, so anyway,
I can't pronounce his name.
See, Onesimus. Man, this guy's gonna tell us what how to pronounce it.
He's gotta chill.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I did. I think after going into my solo career, I was recruited by Nde'Feyo Entertainment, but not as an artist. That time I was a band leader because they had a band. So because I was pretty versatile, so they gave me the role to just lead the band. So we'd go into Afro covers, would go into reggae covers, would go into dancehall covers. You know what I mean? Eventually, I backed up Pixie, I backed up Onismus, I backed up Wendy Harawa, Lulu. Yeah, there was like a bunch of other people. Sorry?
Those are household names.
That's big names, man.
Yeah, literally. I spent so much time meeting a lot of artists that time. It gave him room to allow me to do everything that I wanted to do. I think because of the title that I carried, that I was just a band leader. So there was like, okay, go, let him open up. So go on stage and just do whatever that I wanted to do. So for them afterwards, it'd be like, okay, what's that? What's going on? You know what I mean? Then you want to work together. Then, you know, at the end of the day, it was building me and also my connection with the audience, my performance skills, everything. Until eventually Nde'Feyo Entertainment decided we want you as an artist. So that was after I'd released my 2 singles, and I would feature my singles on the set. And then the whole thing became much more clear as they saw what I could do. I guess.
Okay. I mean,
and to an extent, that was also like, sorry, Wantali, to an extent, that was also like you discovering yourself, like discovering what you enjoy doing.
I did. Like, you know, when you're the star of the show, you're not allowed to make a lot of mistakes. You don't have that room. But when you're just another person that somebody is waiting for someone to come and you have to come in, you hit them in spots where they don't expect it. Because what you would do at that point is, okay, we're trying to watch this guy's gonna come open up, and then the main artist is gonna come through. And then you come there and you shock everyone. They're like, what just happened? What just happened?
The opening act was like, bigger,
you know what I mean? So I've always used that aspect to say, I love it when people don't expect me to do certain things, and that just provided with that. I think there's a beauty in that.
Right,
you know?
Let me drop an expression.
You better blow that again.
Big up.
Thanks, Rajiv. Bless up.
Oh man.
And do you think, to an extent, do you feel like you fulfilled your goals within that?
Yeah,
I did. I think I did, and the most beautiful part of it is I still carry that with me up until today.
Yeah.
You know, I know a lot of artists. Not to downplay anybody, but I know a lot of artists that have come in recently. Some artists that we've worked with, even that time, they never had this chance to work on such kind of grounds. You know, they've always come from singles, DJs, and then they start working with bands, but they don't really know what being part of the band is. You get the difference. It's another thing to be part of the band and to play with the band. So I was part of the band. Whatever that I built, I would build sounds with the band. I would make sure that this sounds this way. This has to sound correct in whatever way, without being looked at as the guy that says everything, we just say yes to. So I would have back and forth conversations with the band, which gives it a much more free space for everybody to express their real concerns about whatever that we want to do, and also direction. So I feel like that alone it's always gave me an inside view of what really happens with the music. You know what I mean? So it's just part of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you got that mind trouble, just I'll be on my way. Pick your pieces, balance it up, or take your stress away. Define, I'm tryna get you back online, yeah. I'm talking about no lies, I'm just tryna make it my life, yeah. Said if you got that mind trouble, just I'll be on my way. Pick your pieces, balance it up, or take your come get my love.
What's going on, people? If you're watching this right now, you are tuned into 5ROUNDZ podcast. We've got Bucci here in the building telling us about R&B. Is Mr. R&B. Since it's Valentine's season, we thought we'd bring Mr. R&B. And now let's go to R&B question for my guy. Let's go.
Okay.
And so, what are your thoughts on the R&B as a genre in Malawi? Like, is there a pressure to venture into Afropop, do you think?
That is a big question, and it's a very important question.
Yes,
it's a very important question. I'll tell you why. You asked me earlier what my strongest genre is, and I say it R&B, right?
Yeah.
And the only reason why I do Afropop is because I'm from Africa.
Yeah.
Malawi, to be specific.
Malawi.
Right? Malawi has always had this stereotype where if they hear a sound that's very Western and they hear you rap, they hear you sing R&B on those 808s and all those kind of things, automatically they group you in this box where they say
too international.
They're a little immature, you know what I'm saying? They're too international. They're being unrealistic because apparently a lot of people have believed so much that Malawians cannot hit global. Malawians can never go global. So at the end of the day, we might as well just do music that concentrates and only focuses on the grounds here. So if you do put out singles and you're gonna be able to perform at a wedding, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be able to perform at certain grounds where there's like lots of people. At the end of the day, everything is entirely just meant to be for Malawi. So R&B and rap, it has to be you who actually has to make that idea and say, you know what, this is my decision. I'm going to stand on this no matter what. But eventually, you will realize that a lot of people that do something else that's not too
Malawi
urban,
focus. Yeah.
Malawi focus, people respect it more. So you have to sound more Malawian. So is there pressure to do R&B music and you end up being Afro? Yes, there's a lot of pressure. You can't really just say, I'm going to put out an R&B song and I'll compete with the Afro Bucci, or I'll compete with Kelke, or I'll compete with whosoever. You know what I mean? You need to know that lane is going to be the craziest part of your career. Now, here's the catch. You may put out R&B music, but you're going to be put in the same nominated list with Afrobeat singers. So is there value in doing R&B music? Not really. You might as well just do the R&B on the Africans. It's crazy.
Lord.
It's crazy. So I don't know if I've answered your question, but
you have.
There's a lot
definitely
of
have.
All right, Malawi, I got one thing for you. Man. Oh my God, no way, Right.
I know, right?
Nah. I ain't having it.
He's a clown.
You look at guys. We're now on TikTok. Malawi is now on TikTok doing videos, challenges that never started in Malawi. So, but then we're calling them Malawi.
Yeah.
So why is it that in music we are selective? I don't understand this.
Yeah, I noticed that about Malawians as well. They're very selective on the music side of things. It's just like if you try and venture out of not doing the usual Malawian type of music, it's like, oh, they're trying to be Western African or whatever it is they're trying to do, you know? So I just wish that could change. There's a lot of talent in Malawi.
There's a huge talent in Malawi, like for real. I think right now it's pretty much we're at a pace where things are slowly changing. You can see people are becoming a little more open to new talents, new sounds, better than way before. When we were starting, it was crazy. You wouldn't even try to attempt that because you'd be told point blank by gatekeepers. People that are called gatekeepers. They'll tell you you're not gonna go anywhere with it.
What are you trying to do?
Who are you trying to be? You know what I mean?
Who you think you are?
So exactly, you know what I mean? And the entire time, why you gotta be so dramatic?
I know, he's so dramatic. This guy's such a drama queen. Like,
I love it though. I love it. Listen. I should move with you everywhere. I just have that sound. Just press whatever dramatic moment time.
I'm bringing your story to life.
I love it.
Preach, brother.
Yeah. So it's those moments where people will ask me, "Who are you trying to be? What are you trying to do?" You know what I mean? Until they see it, that's when they understand. Like, okay, so this is what was happening. I'll give you an example. When before I released the song called Whoopity, there was lots of questions in the studio. Like, but why are you making such songs? I said, no, this is just crowd controlling songs. You need to, as an artist, and you go home, you can make certain songs that are for the ladies. You're going to make certain songs that have the message and stuff like that. But there comes a point where you need to just go in and crowd control. And you're not going to do that with something that's a little, less energy or not as known. You know what I mean? Because if you're talking of crowd control, you're talking about everybody in the crowd moving with you. And when we got on stage the first time, I remember before the song even dropped, and we taught people what the song was saying and the chorus, boobity boobity, boobity boobity, boobity boop. Everyone was fascinated. Like, what's this song? And then when the song started, and then we started performing, the energy was just running around the stage and said, people went crazy. So I think that's when they saw the image. So I think mostly is the vision part of it. A lot of people are just focused on what's here. They don't focus on what's prior in the like maybe 5 months time or maybe a year time or 2 years time. So it's scary, but unfortunately that's the reality here.
Bucci, I'm the one, son. Uchi, I make sweet sounds. Susie, sing you bang I know. Only do music for the business. Yeah. Woobity, tell me you got it, I got it. I'm just trying to get it, Bugatti. You see, I'm so versatile. I can do anything, make you love it now. I can get on the Afrobeat, get on dancehall, give you English, teach you one so. R&B tip, manga jazz so, even jazzy.
You're saying there's a growing interest now, in R&B music, and I guess music that's outside of what is accepted in Malawi. Because again, I get what you're saying. If you. The most popular songs are the ones played in taverns. I mean, let's be honest. They're the ones that are played week in, week out. I remember back then it used to be the Albert Kozas, like the guy got played everywhere because of the relation in the story. So is there a light at the end of the tunnel? I think that's the question I'm trying to ask you. So, if the support is there now, do you feel, at a certain point in time, R&B would definitely have a crowd, like a dedicated crowd that, or is it there now already?
I don't know if I can actually say R&B will have. I can say R&B vocals on Afrobeats. Yes, there is a tunnel with the light at the end. You can see it, you can almost see it, because you see the experiment. There's different waves that have come in. There's young artists right now are there to doing their songs in not a way that the oldies have done it, like the rest of Lucius or Skeppers have done it. Now we sound more urban. We sound a little more international, and we're moving towards that.
Yeah.
So if you look at the whole picture, you will see that. With what's going on right now, how much support people are putting into new artists and the old artists, that energy when it merges, I'm pretty sure in like maybe 4 years time, we're going to be able to start joining in on international festivals. You know what I mean? We're going to have some of our artists booked on those stages, and we'll be there maybe at Afro Nation or maybe at Afrochella or you name it, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But there is.
Soon, in November, you dropped Apapa, a song that advocates for the deaf and reintroduces us to a world of sign language. Why did you feel you were the man that was best placed to shed a light on this?
I think from the concept that I've been running on lately is I believe everything is purposely put together. I mean, as human beings, we always plan. We make plans what's not, but eventually things don't usually happen the way we want to. And that's a concept that we ought to touch base with and really be within and say, okay, cool, I accept it. I can still do my best, but at a certain point, things may not happen at the time that I want it to happen. So when I took my break for 8 months from the music industry and just, the limelight, just trying to take more from life, I think these are the things that I pretty much learned because I was directed a certain path that I met my inspiration that doubled what I always had. You know what I mean? I was able to watch international artists like Alicia Keys, Black Eyed Peas, Davido, Justin Derulo, just right on stage, right in front of me. And these are people that I grew up watching on TV. To meet them in person was just mind blowing. And it gave me a whole clear picture and said, yo, what's my next direction? There's something that I need to do. And then when I flew back to Malawi, And I called Percy Propi, who's my executive producer and my manager. We had a whole conversation about working on the project that I had started. And he listened to the songs. He told me, we need to morph this into an album, not an EP, because the content is too strong. And then eventually, I had a conversation with my creative director who brought up this topic. That's when this song came to life. So it wasn't really that I thought about it just out of the blues, because my entire childhood, I never had a conversation with anyone about this until her, because she's a sign language interpreter. And she gave me a whole clear picture, and I was fascinated. I was like, yo, what's going on? What? So I did a couple of research, and then that's when the Apapa song came about.
Awareness ipalipo sedi yankule inosonga tikolo muti yankulile ma sportsmen muti tandizi.
Okay. let me follow that up. You appeared on BBC because of this, man. So
yeah, I did.
This is how big this is. You were on BBC. There's an article about you. There's, I think, an interview about you as well. How did this come to light, and what is the impact that this song has made?
I think it's made and is still making a huge impact, not only on the deaf community, but also the hearing community. Like for a long time, we need to understand that the deaf people have just been staying in the shadows. They don't have, or they haven't had as much as opportunities like the rest of us have, and we take for granted. For them to be in the limelight now, it's happening a lot now. There's still a lot to do, but I feel like the impact that the song has made is bringing a lot of people to light to understand that, so a deaf person can do this. I can also learn sign language, I released the song, and then we launched a sign language, not a sign language, I'd say Apapa dance challenge on TikTok. And this was a thing for a while. The Malawians took part in it so much. And the beauty of it is, it wasn't just a choreography. We combined sign language with dancing. So everyone that took part in there, I don't know what number it's on right now, but we've had like 700 going up people that took part in the challenge, and each one of them managed to learn a bit of sign language, which I feel it's a big win. You know what I mean? Because we're looking at a Malawi that tomorrow everybody should be able to communicate with everyone. You can walk into a hotel and go on the reception, and you find that there's a deaf person. You can easily sign and ask them, I want to book for a room. And they'll do that. You can go to a bar, the same thing. So if everybody begins to learn a bit of sign language, we might move somewhere. Our initial aim is to train 500 sign language interpreters and deploy them in schools, certain government sectors. You know what I mean? It could be in the court, it could be at the police station, it could be at the hospital, So the impact that the song has made is bringing in such links as BBC. BBC, we didn't look for BBC. BBC found me. They emailed me. I was a bit late to find the email, and then they found my WhatsApp number, and they hit up my WhatsApp number. And, that showed how much they wanted to get the story out. And we had a conversation. Yeah, and they're still following up on it, because it's not only that, they're still trying to do other things, which I can't disclose now, but you can see the interest is pretty much big. So not only that, but even on the grounds here, recently last month, we managed to deploy the first ever sign language interpreter at Chiazu Secondary School for a student that played a student in the video, in the Apapa video. There's a girl in there that is a student. She was playing her own story. She's a deaf student from Chiazu Secondary School. So we managed to deploy the first sign language interpreter at the school, and she was so happy. Like, we're going to put out the video soon, because we managed to document the moment. So it was beautiful. From that, other things are happening. So it's a big impact, and I'm just excited to see a lot more change in it.
Jeez.
And also,
So
it's a great,
mm,
it's a great movement as well because you are bringing people together. Because, like you said, for the longest time, deaf people have been in the shadows. But now it's like, no, you don't need to do that. You can be forefront, and it's fine. It's not a taboo for you to be deaf or anything like that. You're just
True,
the same as
very
everybody
true.
else. You're loved the same as everybody else.
mm,
So
Yeah,
it's an
because that's the
amazing
concept
thing that
here.
you're doing. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So it's the concept here that it's always been a taboo. It's like, no, certain ancestors are trying to get on our generation so that, you know what I mean? But these things, you cannot ask for them. It happens.
no.
The only way we can deal with them is do something about it. And what are we going to do?
Absolutely.
Understand the situation, implement change, and impact change. At the end of the day, that's all we can do. So,
Strong.
yeah, pretty excited to be part of it.
I feel like that deserves a bomb.
Oh my gosh. All right then. See, it's not just me.
My God.
It's not just me, it's infectious. I'm telling you.
I see. I'm about to request mine. I'm about to request that personally. But also it would be of a right thing for me to do to shout out Tikonze Apapa, which is the organization that I'm working with. My creative director, he's also the founder of Tikonze Apapa. So at first they were already making moves here and there. And when I created the song, it helped highlight the problem. Like I said, for artists, our platform is listened to and watched by so many people. So she thought, what other better way for us to get the message out there, but through an artist, through arts, through music. And I was happy to do a song and to do also a choreography, which also included in the video. There's a deaf dancer. I don't know if you guys could tell.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I could tell.
You couldn't tell. You could tell. There's a deaf dancer in there. Some of the clothes that we wore in the video were also done by these 3 girls that we employed, and they created a group named Tichene, and they're deaf, but they're fashion designers. So some of the outfits that I was rocking in there was dripping in there.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Wow, this man is doing the most. This man is doing a lot.
No.
Oh my.
That man right there.
Oh wow.
All right. Nah, honestly.
Yeah.
This is good. It's good work, man. Honestly, it sounds very inspiring as well. I am going to ask you, I don't know, maybe it's a controversial question, who knows? But do you think that everyone needs to learn sign language as a requirement? So do you think we should incorporate this in schools, to bridge this gap in communication? Because it's a communication. We can't pretend that deaf people do not live in this world. So
we cannot. We've done that enough.
Yeah, as much as everyone is going around saying I have rights, shouldn't we also incorporate this in education?
We I would say we definitely should. In fact, we should have done that by yesterday. Because if I learned sign language in my childhood, in my kindergarten, in my primary school, by today, I wouldn't have been the person to begin with this topic.
Yeah.
We're only getting on it now because we missed out on all our childhood. And there were deaf students. We just never really knew what the difference was until we grew up, and then we were like, okay, so that one is deaf or this one is deaf, and I'm hearing, and then we just move our way. But if we had implemented this in the earliest days, I think it would be a big move for Malawi to actually decide to make sign language one of the official languages in Malawi. Like the same way we have Tumbuka, we have Chichewa, we have English, we can have sign language as an official language where people in school can actually say, okay, cool, which is this, or they just teach us. So that as we grow, we don't really find it difficult to communicate with anyone.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? So it's very important that it should be taught in schools. It should be everywhere. It has to.
Yeah.
It has to
Yeah.
be, man. It's
Okay.
the best way to bridge the gap, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. I mean, that's the whole aim. The reason why we're running this campaign is to bridge the gap between the hearing community and the deaf community. If we manage to bring these two together, it's a done deal. I'll tell you that.
Man, get this man. Get this man. Get this man. Come on, man.
Bucci, we understand that Apapa is also the first single of your upcoming album. Can you confirm the name and a release date on the 5 Rounds podcast?
Sure.
I cannot. I'm not allowed to disclose the name right now. I am not allowed to disclose the name. So the name I cannot, but I can confirm that it is the first single of the album, and followed by Wofo.
Okay.
Yeah, so Wofo is the second single.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
At least we got something. We got something.
I'm gonna do something.
But once I'm sorted, I'm pretty sure we'll definitely meet back here, and I can throw it out there for you guys.
You're welcome anytime.
It is what it is.
Anytime.
I got you.
Anytime.
I got you.
Well, this one a champion name Bucci. I'm gonna talk about the soft life. Man, I bring money. Man, I bring good life. Man, I bring investment and things. Sit here now. Run the world.
Generally, pikiti you kusaka mane. Pamene ningofuna kanga kamumbale. Wangongole na ye ya kufuna sake. De kusatna de. Teta mangire tundipeze kena kake. Mapampa gatala wochepa kuti ate.
Just from that, like, what is your proudest moment this far, and what has been your biggest challenge you feel?
Let's see. My proudest moment was when BBC reached out. When BBC reached out, I think that was a big thing for me, because it made it clear that even Malawi, even a country as Malawi, if we do come together and push content, we are bound to achieve the greatest of things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's that possible. So that was one proud moment for me. So when these guys were digging in deep for the story, trying to find out, I always had to remember that, everything is happening, and they're talking to a person who's from Malawi, telling a story about Malawi. And that's a big thing. You know what I mean? It means the word is listening. No matter what, the word is listening. We just need to keep pushing. The biggest challenge has been, let's see. Because as much as we are pushing this content, as much as we're pushing the campaign, there are other people that have the understanding of that we're apparently chowing money. There's this money, big money involved and what's not. But people didn't even know that the video was self-funded by my management. This is not something that we had an NGO that came and they'd say, okay, do this. No, almost everything has been self-funded, and we keep moving that direction because we understand that as much as we need to move and we need financing for this thing, the main aim is to impact change. And it seems like a lot of people don't share that concept. A lot of people only share the fact that when they see projects like this, they only see dollars. And that's a scary thought.
That's very scary. That is very scary.
Yeah, so you never know what people think. You never know how they're going to nurture the whole thing, or to whoever the people that we call gatekeepers, how they're going to react about it or what they're going to do about it. It's crazy. But we're moving through. We're moving through. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yo, so shifting from, obviously this heroic work that you've been doing, not all heroes wear capes, by the way.
Preacher.
Shifting from that, look, on your MalawiMusic.com bio, I read that you play instruments as well. So not only do you sing, dance, advocate for the deaf, you play instruments. What do you play?
This guy is a powerhouse.
I'll play drums.
This guy's
I
a
play drums
powerhouse, man.
and a bit of basic guitar. I need to get back to my guitar lessons, but drums are what I play.
Multi-talented, man. Honestly,
Multi-talented.
Thank you.
You could pretty much be the whole band on your own.
I wish. I wish.
Man. Oh man, no, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, man.
Now,
appreciate. Thank you.
Bucci. Oh, sorry. Go ahead there. Go ahead.
So when I read your, when I was reading your story, like just your timeline and everything like that, I'm thinking to myself, this guy has worked with a lot of artists. This guy has done a lot of things for a lot of people. Yeah. There has to be a song that probably that we don't know about that you were a part of. You know what I mean? Do you reckon there's a song out there or something out there that you did that people don't know about, but you were a part of it, basically? A hidden gem or a hidden story?
There's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of them. Yeah. I'll give you an example of Tagrin's Joe.
Yeah.
I don't know if Joe by Tagrin. I wrote 80% of the song. I also did most of the recording, and I also styled the video. And I've also styled a couple of other videos by Salil, by Danlu, Teddy. I mean, there's a bunch, but because the question just came out of the blues, I can't remember like most of them.
It's all good.
Listen, I thought you were gonna mention one or two. I thought you were gonna mention one or two, and then you just went on.
As we say in Malawi, siwe muntu wamba ya.
So top 5 African R&B artists. Who are your top 5 African R&B artists?
African R&B. Maybe if we say let's just say African artist. Let's just say African.
This guy's
top 5. Damn.
I know. Pressure.
Damn, African. That's a lot of pressure. Okay, I'll give you. I'll start with Fireboy. Fireboy is my my top favorite. Fireboy is my top favorite, and I'll give you the second by this is hard. Man, there's a lot of them. Oh my God. There's a lot of them. It's crazy. Okay, Fireboy, Burner Boy. That's the second one. And Burner, and we've got Nasty C. That's on the rap side.
Hey.
That's on 3, right? That's on 3. Mm-hmm. And then I'll give you the fourth. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Asaki? Is it Asaki? Asaki? What? How do you say?
Yeah, I think it's Asaki.
Asaki, right?
Okay.
That's the fourth one. And the fifth, I would say, Davido, I guess.
Davido.
I think that's the last one.
There you
but top most, that's 5. 5 was.
Fireboy is the guy, man. Fireboy is the guy.
That guy is monster.
Man.
Yeah, he is.
Man.
He is.
Yo, man, I know a lot of interviews go, what are you going to say to the fans that are watching you, aspiring R&B artists, whatever it is? I'm going to change it a little bit, bro. I'm going to say this, right?
What you going to do?
If a kid walks up to you today and says, bro, I want to be somebody like you, what are you telling them, man? What are you telling them?
Ooh.
Well, I'll tell them, firstly, they need to understand the responsibility they hold as a person. Doesn't matter what age. We are talking about change today, right? I think it'll only be unfair if we shift the blame on the people tomorrow when we did not do anything today as the youth. Because if we say we are the leaders of tomorrow, then we need to start doing something today. So instead of just watching, hearing, and just following orders and what's not, I would say find a way, my guy. Go sit down on that table, be part of the conversation, and change the world. That's what I can say.
Big.
Straight.
And we got that, you know what? Perfect way to end it. Perfect way. Cut the camera. Everything. Yo, man. So, what are your socials and where can people find your music and stuff like that, man?
Yeah. Man, all my socials are Bucci worldwide. So if you want to check me on Insta, you want to check me on Pinterest, you want to check me on Twitter, you want to check me on Facebook, you know what I mean? You just search Bucci worldwide. It's going to come up, and that's the page. That's my official page. So you're going to find all my music there. I've got a new big song out called Wofo, and we're pushing that song all the way out to everybody's face. It needs to be there. So for all my socials and my music, just look for Bucci worldwide. That's it. That's what I can say.
Worldwide.
Bucci worldwide.
Chene pale, pikiti yukusaka mane. Pamene ningo funa kanga kamumpale. Wangongole naye yako funa sake. Tekusana de. Tetamingire tundipeze kena kake. Wapampa gatala wachepa kuti ate. Tekutipepe mama ne kufuna take. Ta. Kemu mama irira.
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I was trying to harmonize here. Yo, man.
No, you're fired. You're fired.
Legend.